Hello MPL fans and welcome to another coach interview. I'm your host BulkyCottonCandy, and today I'm interviewing the coach of the East Lansing Toxicroaks, Poi or Dylan.
What's up? I'm the coach for the Lansing Toxicroaks.
Alright, so Dylan, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself, like how old you are, what got you into Pokemon, and what got you into competitive battling?
Well, first I am 21 years old.
You're 21?
Yeah,
You don't seem like you're 21.
yeah, I'm a pharmacy technician. So I don't really get out or do much things. I work at a hospital, so I don't know. I used to be a Call of Duty sniper. Uh, what is it called? Gameplay person, and I don't know. I kind of watched like Nappy and like Shady, and I was just like, that'd be kind of cool to get into. And Call of Duty, there really isn't only one thing to really watch, so it doesn't have that much. It's not really diverse, but yeah. I mean, really got me into the competitive. I was just messing around. I really wasn't experienced whatsoever with battling. I just watched obviously the big YouTubers and whatnot, and then I just started uploading like Wi-Fi battles almost every other day to try to keep my channel, I guess,
Alive?
going strong. Yeah. Instead of just watching one thing, like watching Let's Plays all the time. Like you watch a Let's Play video one day, you watch a Wi-Fi battle the next day. That's pretty much all I kept doing for like a while there. I kind of went off the road there a bit, or like now because I haven't uploaded a Wi-Fi battle in forever because of the whole MPL and learning on the ropes, because this is my first season part of the MPL, and I've really never been in a competitive league for the most part. But this will be a first. It'll be my first battle against the Memphis Ursaring.
Ooh, you face Chris. That's ooh.
Yeah, he's got some
Mm-hmm.
being able
Anyways, we're not here to talk about Chris. Let's move on and talk about your
to.
draft. You have Mega Alakazam, Celebi, Manectric, Darmanitan, Empoleon, Nidoking, Staraptor, Gastrodon, Rotom Frost, and then, or is it Fan?
Frost.
Frost, okay. Ursaring and Muck. So, why don't you just walk us through the thought process of your first three mods, Mega Alakazam, Celebi, and Manectric?
Well, and when I mean a lot of people were confused at why I drafted Mega Alakazam first, because it's not bulky whatsoever. Uh, I mean, the reason I thought of it is because I've used him in Wi-Fi battles a lot, and I know what he can do and what he's capable of. He is really super fast. I know he speed ties with choice specs. Kyurem Black, which is very unfortunate for my first battle. But yeah, I chose him because I don't know, I guess I really didn't know what I was doing, but I still feel very confident with my choice in Mega Alakazam. I think he can potentially sweep, but it all depends on the right situation because he can't take a hit whatsoever. But that's why I kind of brought Celebi along. Celebi has I don't know, it can be bulky at times, I think, in my opinion. It was kind of unexpected. I needed a grass, and he's also a psychic, which helps out a lot, I guess. But psychic can probably come back to hurt me, but that's really the only two psychics I got. But yeah, I wanted Celebi because I think it was Shady, and I saw something that I don't want to give away, but I just saw how great Celebi actually can be. And then Manectric was really, like, my main focus at the beginning of the draft was just to go mainly towards speed. I wanted a fast team, but I didn't realize until halfway through I had help from Dan. He told me I needed something that hit like a truck, or just like on the physical aspect and not special, because I was only drafting special mons for the first three at least.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for the first three picks. I mean, Manectric, I don't know. I like Manectric better than Mega Manectric because of I think it has potential to do a lot of damage. I might end it up. Depending on how week one goes, I might drop Manetric if I use him.
Okay. And then you have Darmanitan, Empoleon, and Nidoking.
Darmanitan, I kind of upset a lot of people because a lot of people actually wanted him, and as I said before, like this was the round 4 was the one where I had to make a stand and get a physical mon, and Darmanitan can hit pretty hard.
Truck.
Yeah. So I mean, I had him in my mind, but it was a matter of when and where. It was a good thing I did go for him in the 4th round because somebody was gonna take him later on that round, and I think I had an early pick. So
you know what you should do? You should run a max special attack, choice specs, Fire Blast Darmanitan.
Oh, sounds powerful.
With that 30 base special attack stat, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Alright. And then I decided to draft Empoleon because he is you got the potential for setting up the rocks and defog. So that was basically my defogger and rock setup person. But he also has the water and steel typing, so I can cover fairy and fire types and rock types. So, I mean, my plan was to get electric, or what is it? Electric or whatever the hell that mon is, but it was already taken by that time. But Empoleon was a nice close second. I totally forgot about Empoleon, and then I looked over on Smogon. I don't know. I was just like had all the mons, and I just saw it, and I thought it would have been a cool mon to have. And then Nidoking, I don't know. I have mixed emotions for Nidoking because I know he has a lot of weaknesses, but I don't know. I feel like if I run the right set, he might be able to do a lot of damage in the future. But it's all based on the team and everything. I mean, that's what every battle comes down to is based on the team. But I don't know. I chose Nidoking basically because he's like Darmanitan. He can hit hard on the special, and I mean, if you run a physical Nidoking, if you really want to, but probably not. So everybody usually runs a mixed Nidoking.
He does have base 102 attack. It's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody runs like a mixed Nidoking these days, so mixed moveset. But is that one of those 3 or no? I didn't. It was 3. Okay.
Yeah, and then Staraptor, and then you had Gastrodon and Rotom Frost.
Well, Staraptor was just there because I kept building up a ground immunity, or whatever, like not ground immunity, but people like if any ground type mon so far from the first 6 picks would be instantly destroyed by freaking EQ or anything, and I saw that was a big problem for me, so I thought I needed a bird, I needed a flying type really bad, and in my Wi-Fi battles I used Staraptor a lot, and I absolutely loved it, so I picked Staraptor because he has that, I don't know if it's faster or slower than Mega Alakazam, I know it's pretty close, but I knew how slower,
like a lot slower.
A lot slower. Well, still, I mean,
it's still pretty fast though.
Yeah, it's faster than most, and then you got that fighting type with it. So like you can have close combat and Brave Bird combo with U-turn and I don't know, probably Roost or something, so something's like that. But yeah, I wanted him, and that a lot of people I kind of sniped that from Bizer, but it was nice to have that. It was a nice, good pick, I think. And for Gastrodon, actually, the reason I picked Gastrodon, which it's kind of unusual, but I've been watching Nappy play, and the way he uses Gastrodon is in a similar way how I want to present him. Because yeah, and plus he's got that ground typing duel, which, like I said, I was building up a huge weakness to ground. Yeah, so he was kind of there just because I wanted to try something. I don't know. My main focus was, since it's my first season in the league, I don't know, I kind of want to do stuff out of the ordinary and see if I can win like that, like something that people are not used to. So I was hoping maybe I could surprise some people. A lot of people think if I can beat Chris, who is like has one of the highest stats teams in week or in the season so far to start off. If I can beat him, it'd be a huge upset. So, and then Rotom Frost. Not a lot of people use Rotom Frost. I wanted to use him because he can be bulky. He's got Levitate. He's Ice and is a Ghost, and I just think he could be useful in a lot of ways that people don't see,
He's
especially
electric
on the bulky.
ice, not electric ghost, or
He's
not
like,
ice ghost.
oh yeah, let's go with that. I haven't looked at him in a while. I just woke up. But yeah, I mean, he's like one of those mons you don't see very often, but and he can always be forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
So, and people don't know. I mean, yeah, I might be running him as bulk, but I could also run him as especially offensive. But maybe he can do some work.
He also does not have bad bulk. I mean, the HP stat could use some work, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's
I
got
think we'll see.
107 in both his defenses, which is not bad.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those out of the box ideas.
Yeah.
I think.
And then your last two mons are Ursaring and Muck.
So I think Ursaring is going to be one of the mons that I think is probably going to be the end. If it's not Alakazam, Mega Alakazam, or Darmanitan, I think Ursaring has the potential to be probably the MVP of my team. I have a little plan to use him and how I'm going to set up with him, just because he can, if he gets, like if he's Guts boosted or Quick Feet, and you run a Toxic Orb, those things can make Ursaring hit really hard. And I don't know, his HP is kind of what worries me a little bit, but
It's decent.
Yeah.
It's pretty
yeah.
decent.
But if I can see, if I can set up and predict everything, he pretty much can sweep with facade and whatnot. So that's what I'm hoping for, is that he can hit like a truck and end up sweeping possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And then Muck, if people are familiar on my channel, I use Muck a lot to it is ridiculous how much I use Muck on my Wi-Fi battles. Pretty much almost every other, and he's like one of my favorite mons to actually use because he gets all the elemental punches in Shadow Sneak, plus he's got that stab, poison jab, if you run an adamant. Typically you don't see a special Muck too often because he gets all the elemental punches.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's always an option there if I wanted to change up his from an adamant base to any special stat or special nature mon. But, I don't know, I think Muck was just kind of there as like a pick that I wanted, and there was other ones I didn't really know. I wasn't really around. Before Rotom Frost, or Gastrodon actually, I wanted Scrafty, and I told Dan that, because I was away, so I told him I wanted Scrafty before Gastrodon, and he ended up messing up, so he didn't know Scrafty was the one I wanted first, so I ended up getting Gastrodon first instead. But, I mean, overall, I think I'm pretty happy with my team.
Yeah. Actually, you say like you wanted Muck, but also I think it's a really good thing that you have experience. Because like when you said you use Mega Alakazam a lot, I'm like, okay, so he has experience, so he knows what this mon can do. Like that's actually really good. Like a lot of people they'll be like, well, I picked this mon because it's a good mon, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know if you have experience with this thing. Like, do you even know what it can do? I don't say that though. It's kind of like a thought that sticks in the back of my head. Like, I don't know if you have experience with this mon, but you have a decent number of mons that you have experience with, and I feel like, to me, if I were from a fan standpoint, if you have experience with this, I'd feel more intrigued by what you're gonna do, rather than like what I think you're gonna do. I feel more intrigued about like, well, Mega Alakazam, you never really see that, but he has experience with this, so what's he gonna do? That's what kind of like intrigues me. And I feel like all the way around, you have you have really decent stats. I'm looking at the averages right now, and your averages are not bad. Actually, your lowest average is physical defense, which now that I'm looking at it could actually use some work. But you have a couple good physical walls that you could use. I mean, like, Mutt can be a physical wall because of
Yeah.
its natural HP bulk, and it's got decent-ish
Hmm.
physical defense. But anyways, just a couple questions for you. Out of
Yep.
everyone you play this season, who scares you the most and why? Or who do you think
Well,
poses the biggest threat?
in like my league or
Yeah,
overall.
um, out of all the people that you play.
Well, to be honest, I think the one person that scares me the most, and maybe it's just because it's my first battle, would have to be the Memphis Ursaring
Ursaring.
because he's got Mega Venusaur and
Because his
his
team
Tiffish.
is ridiculously
Yeah,
crazy.
like Kyron Black and Mega Venusaur, his first two picks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that's. I mean, I did pick the correct Mega to counter his Mega though. So I
True.
mean that is. I
And
mean,
you
I
know,
didn't do that naturally. So I mean, I just did it just to do it.
and as long as he doesn't have anything that's scarfed,
Hmm.
you outspeed his entire team naturally with Mega
Yeah.
Alakazam.
Yeah, but if he, yeah, hopefully, I mean, that's the plans. But yeah, I think Chris, I don't know him personally. I've only spoken to him a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but he seems like he knows what he's doing. I think he was in the league last year, so he has more
Yeah.
experience than I do. And
Yeah.
he might be thinking, he might be thinking, like, overlooking me. I mean, a lot of people are kind of thinking, like, I don't know what I'm doing, but,
Yeah, you seem
huh,
like you know what you're doing, though. To me, it really seems like you know what you're doing.
cool.
I had to make power rankings, and the only reason you're at the bottom of the list right now is because I hadn't talked with you yet. But now that I
Mm,
talk with you, I just gotta remake this entire list.
started from the
Anyways,
bottom.
um, start from the bottom. No, here. Um, so the last question for you: if you could take any Mon from anyone's team and put it onto someone else's team, which Mon would you move and why?
Hmm. That's actually a good one. Let me look at this real fast. Uh, well, one of my let's see, what's the league? I need to look at the league because I'm part of the red league. Huh? Because I haven't really remembered many people's teams, but I would say, hmm, it's a good question. Maybe I don't know because I've heard a lot of things about. Well, it's I don't know. I guess. Oh, probably Dench's. The one that probably scares me the most would probably be his Mew because it learns
It's Mew.
every single. Yeah,
Yeah, cause it's Mew. Mew is just. Mm.
yeah, and I would probably put him on somebody who I don't face, like probably maybe Trip because I don't play Trip, so he could take Mew and I wouldn't have to face it, but I have to face
Unless there's
Dench.
playoffs.
Yeah, true. I would have to face Dench in the fourth round, and I'm not. I mean, my schedule so far is like back to like I have a lot of hard matches in the first 4 weeks against.
Yeah. I mean, you step into division play in week
Mm,
2, but I think that
yeah,
no. Well, I've been kind
I
of like trying
faced.
to like decipher how the schedule works, and I think it's just like whatever fit
Yeah.
because it doesn't seem like you guys do division matches like 2, 4, 6, 8 because you have two
Hmm.
right in a row in 8 and 9. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, because I have to take. I have to take on. Well, I didn't think I had to take on Cipher because he told me because the reason I joined this league is because he needed you guys need another person, but he kind of invited me to join. But
Hmm.
yeah,
And you face him week 3.
yep, that's
Yep.
looking forward to
I'd
that.
say I'd say I'd say from what I've seen and people I've heard of, you've got a very strong strength of schedule.
Hmm.
And I think you can do really well. But then again, there's always a possibility that you could just get bodied. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying like you would just get bodied. I mean like
Hmm.
there's a potential for everyone to do really well, and there's also potential for everyone to get completely bodied.
My goal is just to not be like faint attacks and not have a single win in the
I think
UCL.
I think your goal should be to go 7-5.
Yeah.
Go or even 6-6, and just
Hmm.
either break even or be positive,
Yeah.
and then work
Exactly.
from there.
Yeah. I'm gonna focus. I'm really focusing hard because I feel like if I beat the Memphis Earthlings, it would be a monstrous upset.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, that about wraps up this interview. So if you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button. The league does start tomorrow, so we will see you guys then. Bye.
peace.